let's talk about wash day. You're about to see a full wash day from me. Okay, so I want to be clear though, I am not a professional. I'm just sharing my experiences, my journey, my products, etc. This is what works for me. I started this curly journey a little over a year ago and could not be more pleased with the results. I've been wanting to do this video for quite some time, but I just didn't feel like I was ready, meaning that I was kind of still figuring out things for myself. Many women and men have shared tips and tricks with me, and I'm so excited about the opportunity to pay that forward. I hope that you find this video helpful and encouraging. One last thing before we jump in, always remember, no one's hair is the same. Everyone will have different results. Please do not compare your experiences and expectations to someone else's. I hope that you see this journey as a road to hair health and that you find some beauty along the way. Please take a moment to give this video a thumbs up, and if you find it helpful, hit that subscribe button so that you can see more hair tutorials and styling videos. If your hair is long, you might want to spend a little time raking out with your fingers some of the tangles. This will also help get some of that loose hair out. I don't recommend brushing. That can potentially cause damage. I won't comb my hair until it's fully wet when I'm actually in the shower. Now we're going to head on over and jump in the shower, and we're just going to walk through this step by step. People talk about washing your hair upside down. This does help. I'm not able to fully invert myself. Sometimes it hurts my back. Sometimes it's just not going to work. So you're going to see me here just kind of more tilting my head over. This works just fine for me, and it gets the job done. The biggest thing is you just want to make sure that your hair is fully saturated. If you're already using water-soluble products, then this is not going to be a problem. If this is your first time doing a curly wash, then you might find it a little more difficult to work the water in, and you're going to want to do what they call a final wash, and that's going to strip out any buildup or things like that. You can use a clarifying shampoo, a regular shampoo. You could even do an apple cider vinegar rinse. This process today took me, you're going to see, like 5 minutes. Usually this takes me just 2 or 3 minutes, but for whatever reason, probably more likely that I've been lazy, it took just a lot of extra time. Okay, so you've got about 3 more minutes worth of watching me work water into my hair. So we're going to talk about that. You're going to see me squishing. That's what I just did there. And that right there is not fully saturated. You're going to think your hair is wet, but it's actually not. Now, I don't want you to stress out about this at this point. Just do your best, and as you figure out this process, it's going to make more sense every time that you wet your hair. You're going to see more and more saturation as you learn the techniques. I'm doing right there roping and just gently pressing the water into my hair. There's more squishing. You see all that water coming out? And I'll also do a lot of raking, and that helps also get the tangles out a little bit. You see how it's looking wetter and wetter and wetter? That's me just itching my scalp because it's itchy. That's kind of when you know it's time to wash. Probably should have done so the day prior. More just kind of raking, bear claw, sort of. roping, raking. I kind of just do whatever it feels like my hair needs. You see it getting wetter there and looking smoother and more saturated. This is where you kind of start to see the clumps. What everybody's talking about when they say clumps are pieces of your hair joining each other and forming sections or clumps of curls. I'm kind of at this point just looking for little individual strands and clumps that aren't really saturated. I've got about another minute left of just saturating my hair, so if you wanted to zoom through this part, that would probably be okay. But I'm going to show you some good clumps here in just a sec if you can hang tight. I am grabbing the comb now. I'm not going to spend a lot of time combing, just getting some of the major tangles out very gently. You don't want to pull and potentially break your hair. It's very saturated right now, and so it's going to stretch more. And so what you don't want to do is overstretch or break your hair. This is just a wide tooth comb. I think it's a Goody brand. I've had it forever. Probably got it either at Target or Walmart or Amazon. I'm not really sure. I'll find you a link to that comb. But basically any gentle wide tooth comb will do. Raking a little bit here. And here come your clumps in just a second. It looks like I'm just roping in and squishing a little more. And there you go. These clumps could get better. Well, any second. There you go. Okay, next step is going to be washing. Now, I use InnerSense hydrating cream hair bath, and I really do love it. Now, what you're going to learn if you don't already use a sulfate-free shampoo is that you're not going to get the suds that you're used to. Now, sometimes I will wash 3 times to get a little bit of suds and make sure that my hair is clean. I have hard water, so this is a major issue for me. You're going to see me wash twice here, and you'll see a few suds. I don't really stress over the suds too much because about every second or third wash, I will use a hard water shampoo from Ion, and that makes sure that my hair is good and clean. InnerSense, you're always going to want to emulsify. Just basically rub your hands together. You're washing only your scalp, not the rest of your hair. When you rinse it, that's going to run it through the rest of your hair. But your main goal is to wash your scalp. Some people will spend a lot more time on a scalp massage than I do. That helps promote growth and cleans out those follicles really well. You'll see me spend a little more time on that the second time that I use the shampoo. I'm just rinsing it out now, and then we'll do it again. I probably use a little more hair bath than most people. But again, that's just because of the hard water. You really, really, really don't need much. You'll be absolutely shocked. Probably about half of what you saw there. So see, now you're getting a little bit of suds. You really just want to make sure that you get those hair follicles clean and your scalp clean. and your head and hair are going to feel much, much better. Some people spend as much as 4 to 6 minutes on that scalp massage. You can absolutely do that. I don't. Now we're going to rinse that out. And it's time for the fun part where we're going to add conditioner. I use Inner Sense Hydrating Cream Conditioner. I bought this bottle 10 months ago. I probably still have about a month left, maybe 2 of that bottle. I have purchased a second bottle so that I don't run out. So still through every process, through every step, we're going to make sure that we're good and saturated. Here is the conditioner and how much I use of that. You're constantly going to be pulling strings of hair off of yourself. So instead of a whole fistful glob of conditioner, all you need here is just 1 pump. And again, we're going to emulsify that by just rubbing our hands together. It should look and feel like whipped cream. It's very soft. Will look like that. I'm going to actually emulsify it just a little more after I get that yuck hair off. And we're going to rub that into the hair, not into the scalp, but into the bottom of your hair. Going to work that in with some raking and roping. I do you saw me there just kind of rub the back of my hair. That's more so because I don't go fully upside down. And now I'm going to use a Denman brush. This is not necessary. I just prefer it. I find it simpler to make sure I get it worked through. I'm basically brushing the product to make sure that it's distributed well and distributed evenly and gets to all of my hair. I have thick hair, a lot of hair, and this just really simplifies the process for me. This is, again, absolutely not necessary, but it's a great brush if you're looking for a brush. It is more expensive than most wet brushes, but I'm a very frugal person and found this item very, very worth the price. It took me several experiments to actually like it. Learned a lot from the curly group that I'm in, which I will put a link to. See, there's a little tangle there. You may have to stop and just use your fingers and get some of those out. But anyway, I'll put a link to that curly group that I'm in the description of this video if you'd like to join there. Really most of the techniques and that I've used and you're going to see here, I learned there. Did you see that beautiful clump? That's where the magic starts to happen when you start getting that conditioner in. Okay, so now I'm just rinsing that out. If you need a deep conditioner, you can do that at this step instead of regular conditioner. You can also use a regular conditioner like I just used as a deep conditioner. All you have to do is just leave that in for, maybe 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever minutes, and then it will act as a deep conditioner. If you want to leave it on for a little bit with a cap or something, then great. See those clumps? Aren't they beautiful? That's what we're looking for. You see the water just dripping? Very, very saturated. Okay, now I'm using Inner Sense Whipped Cream Texturizer. This is my actual first time using this product you're seeing in the video. I've used it several times now, but absolutely still love it. You saw the very, very small amount that I used. I'm basically just going to rub that into my hair. Praying hands here. Lots of raking. Squishing will happen, I think. I kind of rake rope, and then I'm going to get my brush again, and I am going to brush that through. I'm not really worried about styling right now. I'm just working the product through because I'm not finished yet. So we're like about 13 minutes into this video, or well, maybe not, because I'm going to add to it, so excuse that. We'll talk about that in a second. Disregard. Okay, this is my gel. This is Echo Slay Orange Marmalade. Love it. You can do a DIY flaxseed gel. It's very similar to this. I just honestly got tired of making it, so I tried out Echo Slay. I'm actually on my second bottle of that. Absolutely love it. Great product. Same thing. I'm just going to rake it in, rope it in, make sure it all gets worked in, squish it, etc., etc. And this is where I will actually start focusing on styling. Now, I want to go ahead and say, you see me changed from a black to a blue shirt. I had to redo this. The first time I did this video, I spent a lot more time with the Denman brush, and that's the results that you're going to see in just a minute. With the blue shirt videos, my back was hurting, and I just was not feeling spending all that time. But I hope, do enough for you to be able to see the process. So basically, just grab a strand of hair, pull it through, and just kind of let it curl through. Make sure before you start curling, if you have very long hair, that you get to the very end. Otherwise, you're going to end up tangling your hair up. See there? Pull through just like a ribbon. And then the hair's twisting around the handle, and just pull it out. You can get this same effect with finger coiling or probably another type of brush. You can section off your hair. You can make it go whatever direction you want to go. I find using the Denman brush effective in getting ringlets and helping to encourage more actual curl and volume if that's what you want. So again, you're not seeing perfect technique here, but hopefully you get the general idea. This one I probably should have actually gone the other direction with, but just based on where it's placed in your head. It's helpful to do this in front of a mirror. And you can kind of see the sections. Some people will actually clip and section their hair off. If you're up for that, go for it. If not, yeah. You don't have to do this at all. You can just skip it, put the stylers in, kind of lift your curls up, which you'll see me do in just a second to kind of encourage them to fluff. Or you can comb your product through, whatever. Again, I like the Denman brush because it helps to distribute the product, whatever stylers you're using. Look at that. Fantastic. So your first styler, you're looking for a filler, and that's basically going to fill the hair shaft so that your water's going to stay in and you're not going to get extra water in and create frizz. And then the gel is going to be your sealer. That's going to seal and trap the water in and protect from frizz as well. I'm probably getting a lot of this terminology wrong, but hopefully you kind of get the general idea. So you're going to see me here kind of squishing and encouraging the curls. Maybe do a little finger curl. And next I'm going to plop. This is going to be very interesting because I usually actually lay the towel down on the bed or a flat surface and rest my head onto it, but didn't feel like moving the camera around. So you're going to see me just lay my hair down into it. I am going to go ahead and put a little bit more gel, just using a praying hands technique. Just to make sure that it's nicely coated after doing the brushing with the Denman. We're going to pulse that in. This is my Lila Rose bamboo hair towel. I absolutely love it. It pulls out excess moisture, excess product without drying my hair or stripping anything that I want to keep. I will usually leave that in for anywhere from 10 minutes to a couple of hours, just depending on what kind of day I'm having and what I'm doing. So my hair is kind of piled up. You see where that point is? My hair is kind of piled up right there. And that is what we call plopping. And it keeps those curls together. Just button the back. Super great towel. And we'll just let that sit for a little bit. And now it's time to take it out. Let's talk about root clipping. See those curls? Fantastic. Sometimes I root clip, sometimes I don't. Basically, for me, the purpose for root clipping is just so that my hair is not like pasted to my scalp. Does that make sense? A lot of people do it more for volume. If you have thinner hair, then that's going to help you with volume and lift at the root. I probably don't do it right. I'm using some bent clips, some not bent clips, but I just really don't stress about this. I just want it up off my scalp. You'll see me take the clips out next. Once it's dry, you're going to see me put some more gel in first, but then when you see me take the clips out, one thing that I learned from a member of the curly group is that you need to let your hair dry fully before you take your clips out. I was having a lot of trouble with the clips catching on my hair, the smaller ones, and figured out that it was just because I was being impatient. I don't know why that makes a difference, but it does make a huge difference. So make sure before you start taking those clips out that your hair's dry. If you do need to take them out before it's dry, just be careful about where your hair is when you pull it out. Okay, so at some point my hair is probably 70-80% dry here. It doesn't feel like I've got a really hard gel cast. Sometimes I get that, sometimes I don't. I usually find I get that cast better if I do the filler, which I usually use the Quiet Calm Curl Control, but for this video I used the whipped cream texturizer, and I usually find that I get a better cast if I plop and then do the gel. It just works better that way. So here I'm adding just a little more water and gel just to make that cast a little better. Okay, so now we're going to take the clips out. Again, wait till your hair is fully dry. With the InnerSense products and the Echo Slay, you're going to find that your hair is very soft and you may or may not get a hard cast. And that is okay. See, I got that one stuck a little. That's all right. I always end up finding a clip later. It's very interesting. It's like they like to hide. That's why I'm patting my hair down there. Got one buried in there. Come on. Come on out. And there we go. I'm very, very, very happy with these curls. This, again, is the first time that I've used that whipped cream texturizer, and this is probably the first time that I've been able to really flip my hair like that and see it bounce. Now, before I break the cast, I'm going to wet my hands with rose water. I use rose water from Lila Rose. You can just use water. You can put a little more gel on your hand or some kind of oil, but you want something on your hands so that they're not dry, because that will create frizz. And here we go, all done. Now I'm home all day, gonna be working, yada, yada, yada. So I need something to get my hair out of my face. I'm just gonna put in a little flexi clip and we're done. These are my products. Okay, this is what I used today for this video. Now you see a scarf there. Obviously you didn't see the scarf in the video, but I sleep in that. When I don't, I get frizz. So then you have the InnerSense Hydrating Cream Hair Bath, the InnerSense hydrating cream conditioner, the Inner Sense whipped cream texturizer in the little tub, Echo Slay orange marmalade in the jar with the black pump, and then the Denman brush, this large gold U-pin that you see there. That's typically what I sleep in unless I use a flexi clip. My brush, clips, etc., etc. These are all of my products. The only extra products that I didn't use today are the flexi clip, the larger flexi clip, the U-pin, the Ion hard water shampoo, and then you see the Sweet Spirit leave-in conditioner. I just don't find that I need that very often, so I don't use it very often. I use it more for my daughter. And then over there beside the leave-in conditioner is the Quiet Calm Curl Control that I use very often. Head on over to momdoesreviews.com. Until May 2nd, there is a giveaway happening there. And I wish you luck and hope you win.